guys, Mark the Mentor here, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the upcoming videos. In this video, I want to talk about purchasing a box truck for passive income. Good idea or no? What I mean by purchasing a truck for passive income, meaning you have some money, you want to start a business, you want to create another stream of revenue, so you want to purchase a box truck for passive income, meaning you're going to buy the box truck and you're going to hire a driver. Is it a good idea or no? The reason why it can be a good idea is because it's free enterprise. You're creating an additional stream of revenue, you're creating passive income. Now, the flip side is, or the issue that I'm seeing, I'm dealing with it. I got people that are dealing with it. I think the industry is dealing with it as a whole. The big companies always deal with it. Finding drivers right now is very difficult. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, it was always easy for me to find drivers. You know, I wouldn't even have to go look for them. People would just apply. I could put an ad up on Indeed and just let it run. I had drivers that would always recommend other drivers. Now, you know, it's just to the point where it's not even that you just can't even find drivers. Like, nobody's even applying for work. So, I mean, and this is just not even in the trucking industry. This is just in the work industry altogether. Employment is scarce. I drove past a Popeyes the other day, and I don't eat Popeyes, but I drove past it and they were closed. I didn't have to guess why they were closed in the middle of the day. I already know why they're closed. You know, I've heard stories about people going to other fast food restaurants, 2, 3 o'clock, and there's a sign up on the door. Due to employment shortage, we had to close earlier. We couldn't open. Same thing with trucking. You know, a lot of people jumped into the box truck game last year because the same people that bought trucks last year, those drivers that they were hired bought trucks themselves. Everyone wants to work for themselves, all right? And as an owner-operator buying one truck, you're competing against the big boys too. What can you offer your driver that the big boys are not offering? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of pros and cons. Another thing is, or I should say, why I recommend if you're buying your truck, you're buying your first truck, right? Why you should drive it. 1, you should learn the business. 2, like I said, it's going to be hard to find a driver. And 3, even if you find a driver, you need to be open to jump behind the wheel of that vehicle at any given time, because drivers are fair weather. It's a high turnover rate. You can hire a driver and think it's sweet, he can work for a week and not show up no more. It happens. I know 3 women last year that bought trucks, and none of them could find drivers. They all had full-time jobs. One worked for the city, one did something else, and the other one did something else. They all had full-time jobs, and they all bought the trucks for passive income, and none of them worked out. One has already sold their truck. The other 2 women, their trucks are just sitting. So, you know, my experiences, I'm having the same issue. Finding drivers is difficult. It's very difficult. You know, like I said, a few years ago, I wouldn't even have to go look for them. They would come to me. It's tough. So if you're going to purchase a truck now, I recommend you purchase it and you're going to be the driver. You're going to be the driver. And if you really want to purchase a truck for passive income and hire a driver, I would say please make yourself available to get behind that wheel at any given time, because I got a driver right now and it's so bad. Like, in normal circumstances, I mean, a person screws you over once or twice, you're gonna let them go. But man, it's so hard to find workers. Like, you gotta kind of learn people patterns now. You know what? This dude parties on Friday night, so he might not show up to work Saturday. So I might not want to schedule him for work on Saturday, because I'm gonna end up having to jump behind that wheel. But if I do, mentally, I'm prepared that, you know what, he might not show up, so I may have to go light over here, because I may have to cover his route, because he has a pattern of not showing up on Saturdays, because Friday night is club night. Now, if you got the money or the bread to buy the truck and experiment, and don't mind if the truck sits, you know, in between drivers for months or weeks at a time, then fine, But for people who, are taking a chance and you're spending hard-earned money and you really want it to work out and you can't afford that, if you jump into this business, you can't afford to get this truck and let it sit for long periods of time, it has to run, then getting into the business with your first truck, I highly recommend that you are behind the wheel. And if you want to do it and you want to get a driver, be prepared to, at any given time, be available to get behind that wheel, when you don't have a driver, for that truck. If you get a driver and they quit, because they're going to quit on you when you least expect it and when you need them the most. You know what I'm saying? And certain load boards like Amazon Relay, imagine purchasing a box truck for passive income and having a full-time job. And you got this driver, right? And you've entrusted them with being to the warehouse to pick up the load on time. And then the app is going off that you're running late. And you're calling the driver and he's not answering. And Amazon is strict. They'll ding you. They'll shut you down, put you on punishment. That's what happens, when you are an owner-operator and you're dealing with drivers, So I say that to say, that's one of the reasons why you want to be available. Because sometimes they won't even call you. They won't even call you and tell you I'm not coming. Or they won't even call you and tell you I quit. They just won't show up. And then you'll find out about it because you're off doing your thing, working or doing whatever it is you do to make other streams of revenue. And you find out about it when your phone blowing up and you get an email, someone calling you, talking about why the truck ain't here. You accepted the load. Why aren't you here to pick it up? So I think I'm gonna end the video on that note. I think you guys get the gist of it. Purchasing a box truck for passive income is a great idea. It's a great idea. Current state that we're in, with everything that's going on, with a lot of owner operators, with a lot of people getting into the game, employment being scarce. Now, I recommend personally, purchasing that first vehicle, be prepared to drive it yourself. Still, if you want to get a driver, be available to hop behind that wheel. If you got the money to experiment and you don't want to get behind the wheel at all, and you can afford for that truck to sit long periods of time, then more power to you as well. But if you don't, just keep in mind, drivers are scarce. You only got one truck. And if you're paying a note on it, it needs to run. You feel what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions, I'm always here. Look, I give out free game. I'm not selling mentorship. I'm not selling courses. Everything I'm telling you is authentic and genuine. It's coming from personal experiences of being in this industry, the 13 years that I've been in this industry. You know what I'm saying? I study this industry. I'm in this industry. I'm invested into this industry. I don't have a problem answering questions. I don't have a problem giving free game. The game is free anyway. Yeah, in some situations, the game is to be sold and not told. But you know what? I don't mind helping people. This industry has been very good to me. You know what I'm saying? I've done very well. So I don't mind sharing my experiences and giving my knowledge, the goods and the bads. If I can prevent somebody else from making a mistake that I made years ago, then I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind helping. So guys, make sure, leave comments below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the upcoming videos. Until the next one, I'm out.
True story, new story, 2-story condo, B&B, 4-bath, 1 me, no key, like I did a B&E. B&Me so good, so hood, so